Hi, I had some questions about side passing the L in the virtual trail rider challenge this round. I think it's number 36 in the light class, which is our simplest class, which is walk only. Usually we've just side passed a few steps or a whole pole. It's been a while since I've asked this group to side pass an L, which is a little bit more difficult. But I think you guys are getting pretty good at this and you need to step it up. So I have a few tips for you for improving your side pass of the L. And I think this will work for anyone who wants to compete in any kind of trail challenge. So when the L is set up, we kind of have two different ways of going about it. We could have our nose to the inside, and then we side pass this way, noses to the inside. That means the forehand or the front feet are going to stay pretty much in place, and the hindquarters are going to move around the outside, and then you're going to side pass this way. The other way to do it is with the nose on the outside, and so you're going to move this way. You'll see the hindquarters are going to stay in place. The forehand is going to move around, and then the horse continues moving this way. This way is a little bit more difficult, and this is the one that we have in the light virtual pattern this time. So, a few practice tips. The horse is curved slightly away from the direction of travel. So, if we have a side pass, the horse is moving this way, okay? So, it's important to not overbend your horse, but you're just barely going to see that inside eye. This horse's drawing is slightly overbent, but it's just the drawing I happen to have. And so if they're moving this way, this horse is slightly bent around your inside leg, and they're moving like this. If they were moving the other way and a little bit forward, that would be a half pass. So our side pass is moving this way. The pole is under the rider's heel. So notice how this pole is kind of centered on the horse's barrel rather than being really close to the front feet. One of the most common mistakes I see is that pole is super close to the front feet and then the front feet hit the pole. Practice standing and resting over the pole. A lot of times horses, if they've side passed too many poles, they tend to do it on autopilot. So I would just stop over a pole, relax, and hang out almost as often as you actually side pass the pole so that they don't know what they're going to do for sure. And sometimes you could start beside the pole. Sometimes you can start on the pole. Just really vary what you do. Before you add the pole to your side pass, make sure that you can just side pass without anything underneath your horse. And when that side pass is going fairly well, then add a pole between your horse's legs. And then same thing with the corners. So you could just side pass this log, stop, keep your horse's front feet here, move the hindquarters around, and then take a step or two so that you're learning how to do it without the log there. You're just learning the skill. After you've learned the skill, add the log. And then if you want to create that beautiful crossover and flow, spend some time practicing some leg yields. It's very similar to a side pass, but it has forward movement. Okay, and so now I'm going to give you guys a couple of cool exercises that I think will help you get around those corners when you side pass an L. So you could set up 4 poles, and this makes a box. 8 to 12 foot works well here. 12 foot's going to give you a little more room, but a lot of us just have 8-foot poles. So however you want to do that. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk around the box. So if I start with this horse right here, I'm going to walk up to here, and I'm going to get the shoulders just past the box. And when they're just past the corner of this box, I'm going to halt. Now I'm going to move my hindquarters over 90, and now my horse is straight. can go forward here, move my hindquarters over 90, go straight, move my hindquarters over 90, and go straight again. And just repeat that until it becomes easy to do, and then do it on the other side. Then when you go back to your L and the nose is on the inside of the L, it should make it easy to move that hindquarters over 90 degrees. Then if you want to do it with the forehand, you're going to ride your horse forward until the tail is at the end of the box, and then you'll move the forehand over, and you'll ride straight ahead, halt, move the forehand over. This is a really nifty exercise. The cool thing is the box gives a visual for you and the horse. And so the repetition helps. The horse knows what to expect. You know what to expect. So this should really help you out as far as being able to move that forehand easily and prepare you for that corner side passing the L. So just a note that when you're doing this exercise, the horse is going to pivot on the inside hind. That's what will naturally happen with this exercise. So if you have a reining horse or a showmanship horse, those horses typically pivot on the inside hind, and it's a forward movement. Whereas vaquero style horses, if you are like following the horsemanship greats like Buck or Ray Hunt or something like that, those horses tend to turn on the outside hind, and they shift their weight back onto the hindquarters to do that. So just be aware that this exercise does that. But if you are wanting to get good at moving your forehand over for the side passing the L, this will help you out a lot. So give these exercises a try, and then try side passing your L, and it should be much easier. Thanks, guys.